You're watching the Battered Fans Network.
Chris, I'm starting without you. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 547 of the Battered Herons podcast. I am your host, Daniel Granada, and alongside me is usually Mr. KBD. He's having some issues getting home from wherever he is because, he's rich. But didn't want to keep you guys waiting. We've pushed back the show a couple of times, so we're just going to get rocking and rolling. And if he jumps on while the show is going on, that's great. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe. This is a Battered Herons Inter Miami podcast. We talk all things Inter Miami. We do it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times a week. So make sure that you join us and you have those notification bells on. Yesterday, Messi. Messi had another spectacular performance. I've come on here and said a few times that I thought that he needed to win the Continental title, the Champions Cup, in order to have a chance to win the Ballon d'Or. Because over there in Europe, they don't respect the MLS. Let's be real. We cover MLS here, but we understand that it's not respected across the globe. But the way he's performed at the age of 39 in this World Cup, this is his, sixth World Cup. At the age of 39, he's having his best World Cup performance yet, which is absolutely insane. Where is Chris? Stuck in traffic somewhere. I didn't want to keep you guys waiting. So he said he'll jump on as soon as he gets home, but he should be here shortly. So like I was saying, this is his sixth World Cup. He's almost 40 years old. And it seems like fine wine, he's getting better with age. Now, there's a couple of things to address here. And obviously without Chris here, I'll try to do it without jumping all over the place. The first thing is, from an MLS standpoint, this is huge for MLS because I know a lot of MLS other fan bases that don't follow Inter Miami and aren't Inter Miami fans. They love to hate on Messi. That's fine. They don't have him. They hate losing to him. I get it to an extent. But you should be cheering him on, and you should be rooting for him in the World Cup because this is putting the MLS in a place where people have to stop criticizing it as much. And I know that the quality is still low or whatnot. But the thought is, if you go to MLS, that means you're retiring, the quality is lower, so your play is going to suffer, and you won't play as well. But Messi's disproving all of that. Messi's getting better despite playing in the MLS over the last 3 years. He's playing against the top players in the world right now in the World Cup, played against England, which is basically an English Premier League all-star team, right? Outside of Kane and Bellingham, who play for Bayern and Real Madrid. That's essentially an all-star team, and look what he did with them yesterday. Messi is disproving everybody, and he's making the MLS look so good right now that anybody that follows the MLS, and it's your prerogative. If you don't want to root for him, go for it. That's up to you. But if you are really thinking about the league, you're rooting for Messi because if Messi were to carry this team on his back to an MLS title, to a World Cup title, that does wonders for the MLS. Because he's disproving everybody that says that if you go to the MLS, the quality is low. No, that's not the case. That means that your quality is dropping, but the MLS isn't the reason that your quality is dropping. And Messi, like I said, is doing that. And the loner saying, I clearly remember Danny said that even if Messi wins, he won't win the Ballon d'Or because he didn't win the CCC. Just let him win the World Cup and see. Well, that's literally, I don't know when you got on here, the loner, but that's literally what I said when I started talking about this. I prefaced it by saying I thought that he needed to win the CCC. But, and loner, and maybe you guys are all optimistic, I didn't think that at the age of 39, I knew that he was still great. I didn't think that he would have the best performance that he's ever had in the World Cup right now. I thought 2022 might be the best, right? Just because as you age, obviously, you're still great, but maybe you can't put up the same numbers. He's outdone 2022. And he's done it to an extent which is just hard to comprehend because it's not just that he's putting up goals or assists. It's in the manner that he's doing them. That Egypt game, the game yesterday, where you're down 1-0 in the 85th minute, and you end up scoring 2 goals at the death. And that was all him. They moved him off to the right side. And yes, what England did was basically football malpractice. The way that they just said, we're going to let you have as many chances as possible for over 30 minutes. But regardless, Messi crossing it and him just controlling the rhythm of the game and then Argentina playing through Messi for 30 minutes, eventually you knew they were going to get through. And the fact that the game-winning goal wasn't just a cross from his right side with his right foot, pinpoint accuracy, like I find it hard to articulate what I'm seeing when I watch Messi play right now. So, although yes, loner, and you can keep saying it, even though I did say that I thought that the CCC would be necessary for the simple fact that, like I said, this is relatively a UEFA award, right? Like nobody outside of Europe really wins this ever. So I thought they're going to disrespect him because he plays in MLS. So I thought he needs to win the CCC or he needs to win the World Cup. Never did I think that he would have his best performance approaching the age of 40. Like, I don't care how much you love Messi. You know that you don't expect him that if he plays in another 4 years in 43, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, but he'll do better than he did in 26. No, it doesn't make sense. But Messi doesn't make sense. It's what we're seeing doesn't make sense. And that's why it's so fun to watch. And my favorite thing is that even Ronaldo fans that were, for some reason, trying to keep that debate alive, which made no sense. That debate died like 10 years ago. But they were trying to keep it alive. Right? It was, oh, Ronaldo has more Champions League. Oh, Ronaldo has an international trophy. And as Messi kept getting the accolades and then he won his international trophy, he won the World Cup, they kept trying to keep it alive. It's dead. It's no more. You can't argue that anymore. Messi is the GOAT. And everybody, Ronaldo fans included, are saying it now. And if he were to not win on Sunday against Spain, he should still get all the credit and the merits because the fact that he took this team and carried them to where they are right now is astonishing. Let me try to catch up with the chat here real quick. MLS in America may finally understand who they have in their league, a guy who is the GOAT and still best player in the world. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think anybody questioned that. Kristen, traffic on the Palmetto or the Turnpike, just like everyone in them. Yeah, for sure. 9th Ballon d'Or and back-to-back loading. Now, I know that the Super Ballon d'Or, which has only been given out once before to what's that, Alfredo Di Stefano or something like that, former Real Madrid player, Argentine, and he also, I believe he passed away like a week or two before Messi made his first World Cup final in 2014. It's only been given out once, and supposedly it's not supposed to be given out again until 2029, and everybody expects and basically knows that Messi's going to win that in 2029. I don't think that counts as an official Ballon d'Or for that year, so I don't know if they would say that, oh, that's his 9th. But that aside, because he's going to win that Super Ballon d'Or. Like, that's happening, and supposedly it's happening in 2029. If he can finish it off on Sunday and win the World Cup, win player of the tournament, win the Golden Boot, absolutely he has a chance. And by the way, Loner, you can go back and check. I said if he wins player of the tournament, the cup, and the Golden Boot, that maybe he does have a chance without the CCC, but that he would have to pull all those three off. And man, that again, it's not easy, but man, Messi makes everything look so easy. It's so effortless. It's amazing. Baby Erico, David Beckham watching his country pocketed by his Inter Miami superstar Messi. Yeah, that must have been fun. Shout out to EMZ. I think it's funny, but Messi is so underrated. It's almost an insane statement, but it's true. Because who says that the greatest of all time is underrated? Doesn't make sense. But at the same time, it makes sense. Because I don't think anybody going into this tournament thought Messi is going to perform better than he ever has. Like, that's a wild statement. How do you perform better as you're approaching 40? He has... Can somebody in the chat help me out? Because I'm trying to do it off the top of my head. I unfortunately can't do research because Chris isn't here to talk while I research. He has 21 or 22 goals, is it? Somebody can help me out in the chat. Whatever it is, he has 21 or 22 goals. I think it was like 15 of them have come after the age of 35. Who does that? That is unheard of. Now, Messi is signed to Inter Miami until the summer of 2028, which means 2 more calendar years. I always thought 2028, he finishes with Inter Miami, plays the Copa America, which is supposed to be here in the United States, possibly or probably wins that with Argentina, then bids adieu and then heads out. This guy's getting better with age. maybe he will play until he's 41, 42, 43. Why not? Like the way he's playing right now, F it, do it. I mean, I'm an Inter Miami fan. I'm a season ticket holder. Do it. I mean, I would love to see it. It's crazy what he is doing. The loaner is asking, did you see the Ballon d'Or post? They posted that if you don't, oh, I just got a phone call. They posted that if you don't have to be a European player to win it, I think they are hinting at something. 100%. 100%. And like I said, I really do believe that there's a chance. The way that this tournament's panned out, and again, I said he needed the CCC because I feel like they don't give MLS any credit. But the tournament, you can't deny it. He's been the story of this tournament. From the very first game with the hat trick to everything he's done, the 2 assists last night, carrying the team on his back, everything. Messi has been the story of this tournament, and that goes a long way in deciding a Ballon d'Or. And a 9th Ballon d'Or, that would be insane. Absolutely insane. What do you think about the hate Messi in Argentina has been getting? I think it's normal. I mean, when you are the best, everybody hates you. That's just normal. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think of the hate specifically because it seems like just regular stuff that everybody just hates on. If you're talking about how everybody says that the games are fixed, I was talking to somebody in the Discord. I can't remember who it was. Shout out whoever it was in the Discord. I was talking to the Battered fans Discord, and they said, "Oh, it's like usual. Whenever Argentina wins, they figure out a way to say that it was fixed." That's what top teams always face, always, and that's just that's a coping mechanism for the team that wants them to lose. And then I told that person, kind of like Real Madrid, because I know a lot of people here that are Messi fans hate Real Madrid. And then they'll be like, oh, no, but they really do cheat. No, it's the same thing with Argentina. Same thing with Inter Miami. If a team that you hate wins, it's like a coping mechanism. You're like, they're always cheating. The refs always want them to win. FIFA loves them. That's just what it is. So, you just don't even pay those people any attention because it doesn't matter. But what I do like is that yesterday, nobody's pointing to any particular play or anything that they say could have been fixed. Yesterday was just, honestly, it was more England than Argentina because England, I thought, looked the better side for the first hour. Argentina wasn't getting many opportunities. And then for some reason, Thomas Tuchel decides we have 35 minutes left, right, with the extra time. Let's just buckle down and just defend for over 30 minutes. How you are a professional manager, and I'm not English. I can only imagine how English fans feel. I should go on YouTube and check them out. How you are a professional manager of a national club, a big national club. I'm sorry, team, not a club, team. And you decide, we have been playing well for 60 minutes. We've been the better side for 60 minutes. For the most part, Argentina hasn't had too many opportunities the way we've been playing. But despite them not having many opportunities, I'm going to give the ball to Lionel Messi, the greatest player of all time, and just let him try to figure things out for 30 minutes. I'm impressed that they even lasted 25 minutes until they gave up the first goal. And if you watch that first goal, Messi, he's so underrated. Shout out to whoever said he was underrated. He's so underrated because what he does is that he sucks in extra defenders because Enzo is at the top of the box. He's relatively unmarked, but there is a man, I forget who it was in the vicinity. And instead of passing it to Enzo, Messi takes a dribble towards the defender that is marking him in front of him, and that sucks in that defender that was by Enzo. And as soon as he sucks in that defender with that dribble, then he passes it to Enzo. And when you look at that replay, there's legit all 11 players for England are in the box. Messi sucked out and sucked in that last defender that was anywhere near Enzo with that dribble, those 2 or 3 touches, passes it to Enzo, and then there's nobody around him. Bellingham tries to close in, but it's too late. The little things. It's the little things that makes Messi just incredible. Incredible. You can win Ballon d'Or even with playing outside of Europe since 2007. Yes. No, and I didn't say that you couldn't. I said it doesn't really happen. And much less to a league a lot of people kind of just poke fun of. And they say isn't good. They say a bunch of stuff about MLS. So For me, it wasn't so much that it can't happen. It's that I didn't think that they would give it enough respect to let it happen. But let me tell you something. MLS, if MLS gets a current player, right? Because the last time that Messi won it, technically, he was already an Inter Miami player. But he won it because of his time in Paris and with Argentina winning the World Cup, right? So it was for accolades that didn't happen in Inter Miami. If he wins it now, as an active Inter Miami player, that is like unimaginable. If you are an Inter Miami supporter, you have a chance to have a Ballon d'Or winner. That is crazy. If you would have talked to any MLS supporter, anybody that watches any team over the last 20, 25, 30 years, and you said, guess what? You're going to have an active MLS player in the next 30 years that wins the Ballon d'Or? Are you crazy? Nobody would have even thought that was anywhere near imaginable. And it's a possibility now. So it's incredible what Messi's doing. And I do think, with the tournament that he's had, that there is a legit chance that he wins a 9th Ballon d'Or, which is huge for the league, huge for Inter Miami, and huge for Messi. Let's see. He's playing smarter than 2022. Yes. It's like you hear athletes that were great, and I'm trying my best to keep up with the chat, so I apologize because I'm sure that I'm really behind. I'm trying my best. Doing this without Chris makes it harder. You hear athletes that are in there when they retire or when they're close to retiring, and their athletic abilities have gone away, but then they figure out different ways to play. They say that the one thing that they wish is that they could have the same mentality that they have at that older age, but with the athletic ability that they had 10, 15 years prior, right? Because as you grow, you learn the game, you learn how to manipulate the game, how to do more with less movement. And Messi has managed to almost perfect that. He does so much with so much less. Like, oh, why he's walking? No, he's not walking. He's picking and choosing his spots. He's choosing when to run into certain space. He's choosing when to hold the ball. He's choosing, like he did yesterday on that first goal, when to try to take on a defender or even act like he's going to take on that defender, because he had no intention of getting by that defender. He just wanted to bring in extra help defender so he could leave more space open for Enzo. The thinking behind what Messi's doing at his age while still being gifted athletically, it's just, I mean, I don't. I've been 18 minutes and I've been here slurping up on Messi for 18 minutes, but he deserves it. It's incredible. 8 goals, 4 assists, most number of dribbling, more chances created. No, absolutely. He's the player of the tournament already. Even if they don't win on Sunday, he has to win that trophy, because when I think about Spain, I can't think of anybody that has had necessarily a standout tournament. I think Rodri's been great, but anybody that's had a standout performance that would trump what Messi's done. So even if they don't win, I think he wins that trophy, that award on Sunday. And I saw an interesting stat. I don't know if anybody else has seen it. Spain has scored 13 goals all tournament. Argentina has scored 12 goals after the 75th minute in this tournament. That's heart, man. Say what you want about Argentina, the players, the fans, whatever. You can't deny the heart. There's no die in this team. They have 12 goals after the 75th minute in this tournament. Like, this team is special. 2002 Messi was still better, but this version of Messi is more efficient. Yes, it's definitely more efficient. The idea of a 39-year-old MLS guy balling in the World Cup is just comedic. Messi is timeless. Absolutely. He had 10 dribbles in this game, the most he's ever had in a single World Cup game. Oh, no, the stats keep showing. David Beckham watching his country pocket. Oh, I think I already read that one. Danny, did you see today's Ballon d'Or tweet? I think I'm behind on these comments because you guys, I think I already addressed that. ISO Speed is just an angry at this tournament. Yeah, I've talked about it though. I think it's weird, the obsession he has with Ronaldo. I think it's important that he's keeping up with the World Cup so much, though, because he brings so much attention to the sport and to the World Cup, to Messi in Argentina, to everything. I don't know how he got there. I don't know how he got to that position, but he brings so much attention that he's become an important part of promoting this sport in this country. You know, people know him. and people know what he's upset about, what he's rooting for. Danny, are you going for Argentina or Spain? Argentina. I'm going for Messi. I as soon as all the American teams got eliminated, I'm like America over Europe, baby. So I know it's South America, but these are Americas. So I'm going Argentina 100%. Yeah, surprisingly, a lot of Ronaldo fans were praising Messi yesterday. No, I saw the same. A lot of them are just saying, like I said, I can't debate it anymore. And you can't. You shouldn't have been debating it to begin with. But they kept going. I don't even bring out Ronaldo fans. We want nothing to do. Yeah, okay. EMZ, I would love to hear Messi and Beckham conversation once Inter Miami is back to business. Yeah, that would be funny. What's up, Danny? Hello from Chicago. Shout out to Mr. Duke. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up on these chats. He'll become the first player from MLS to win World Cup Golden Ball. Yes. He's going to become the first the first MLS player to do a lot of things. He's going to be the first one to win back-to-back, possibly back 3 times in a row, MLS MVP also this season, because the way he's playing around in the World Cup, if he can keep this up, yeah. Ballon d'Or takes the World Cup into high account, especially who wins the player of the tournament. No, absolutely. And again, and that's why I said it, and I've said it a few times now. I've been talking now for 21, 22 minutes. I'm trying to buy Chris some time to get here also. I've said it a couple times. I thought he needed to win the Champions Cup and win the World Cup. And I know he would have some goals and some assists. I know he'd play well to win the Ballon d'Or. Again, more than anything, because I know how everybody looks at the MLS. So that's why I said he needs to win that. I want him to win it because I want him to get to another Ballon d'Or. I didn't see this level of performance. And if you tell me that you saw this coming, I'm going to call you a liar. I don't believe that you thought that he would have a better performance in 2026 than he did in 2022. Like, who really thought that? Like, you thought that he would play well. If he can meet that same statistical performance or get close to it, that's amazing. But to pass it, to do better than he did 4 years ago at the age of 39, like, who the hell? So I didn't see that coming. I don't know. And maybe some people are so blinded by the love of Messi, they had faith and he did. I didn't see it going. 21 goals. Thank you. I said that like 10 minutes ago. That's how bad behind I am in the chat. 21 goals is how many he has. And I believe 15 of them have come after the age of 35, which is insanity. Absolute insanity. Bellingham shouldn't have pissed off Messi. He effed up. Oh, that video is golden. Because when Bellingham says whatever it is he says to Messi, and then Messi gives him the okay. That is chef's kiss. That was so awesome. I really love that. I guess we could talk about Rodrigo de Paul. He didn't start, which was really worrisome for me because when I saw that he wasn't starting, I was like, oh, they lost faith in him because he's been playing poorly. He has been playing very poorly. He came in and he did change the game. Now, I don't want to be that guy. It also helps the fact that England was just giving Argentina the ball, so de Paul had all the time in the world to kind of pick out passes. And if Rodrigo de Paul has the time to pick out a pass, I mean, he's not turning it over. Like he has a great ball whenever he has time on the ball. But yes, he did help change the game. That was a great substitution by Scaloni. Messi will win the World Cup Golden Boot for sure. No argument that Golden Boot will be decided by what Mbappe does in the bronze final. Yeah, I was thinking about that also. The fact that Mbappe plays on Saturday against England and he could technically have like a hat trick against England and kind of ruin the whole Messi Golden Boot. But I think Messi's ahead by 1 goal. So hopefully it doesn't happen because I would love Messi to get all the accolades. I want him to win the 9th Ballon d'Or for many reasons. One of them being that's huge for MLS and for Inter Miami. So I would love that. With all the hate, I would like Argentina and Messi win the World Cup back-to-back. I also like Spain, but I would be satisfying to see Argentina win. It'll be I think it's only happened once before, right? Where Brazil did it in 58 and 62. I think it'll be the second time it happens, unless it happened like in the 30s. I don't think so. It was Uruguay, then Italy. No, I think this will be the second time it ever happens, which is crazy. But hopefully it happens. Although Spain is so stout defensively. And I don't want to get into this too much because who the hell cares about talking about England? But England had a good game plan to start. They know, much like Inter Miami, they like to build up the middle. They don't go wide. They like to build up the middle. All central passing. That's where Messi was operating, and they just clogged up the middle. They did what was it like a 4-2-3-1? Like they clogged up the middle. They made life very difficult for Argentina. And then all of a sudden, they go narrow, but they went 5 in the back, and they inverted their fullback. So like they stayed narrow, although they were playing with 5 in the back, and they just let Messi attack out wide. Shout out to Scaloni for letting him go out wide and work from out there. It was really weird. England, and it must be really fun to listen to some English fans talking right now because they must be pissed. Messi said he will play as long as his health. He said he doesn't care about age. Oof. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine? Let me spitball this here right quick. You guys ready? Could you imagine? Messi's 39 now, so it'll be 43. Could you imagine? Messi wins, and let me tell you something. I doubt it happens. I can't imagine a team winning 3 World Cups in a row. But in a hypothetical world, could you imagine Messi winning another World Cup in Portugal? Ooh, that would be wild. That would be absolutely wild. And Ronaldo will be watching from the stands because, he said he's already retired. Messi will play the next World Cup with his son. Nah, I don't see that. You think his son's going to be playing for the... How old is his son? No, that's not happening. To be fair, the Ballon d'Or rules since 2007. Yes, I know. The Paul only changed the game because he was tasked with protecting Messi and throwing up screens for him. It worked. Look, he had time on the ball because they were not they weren't pressing anybody. Like Rodrigo de Paul was playing very poorly when he was being pressured and he was turning the ball over constantly. But when he came into the game and England had already decided that they were just going to put 10 in the box, he had time on the ball and to pick out his passes. Like, it was just different. At this point, Messi doesn't deserve the Ballon d'Or. They need to give him diamonds or something that's higher. Yeah, that's fair. He's going to get the Super Ballon d'Or in 2029. So look out for that. I just don't know if that counts as like an additional Ballon d'Or. Because if it does, that'd be pretty cool, right? He gets the 9th one this year, and then he gets 10 in 2029. But I don't know if that's how that works. I don't think so. I'd have to look that up. Inter Miami was the villain last year. Yep, and they're going to keep going. So I can see how far I am in the chat because I was talking about that like 10 minutes ago. What's going on? Hillam, someone better check Thomas Tuchel's birth certificate because German would never do because the German would never do that. The Marshall, they played a low block for 20 minutes in the first half. Also, they were more aggressive. Kane said that they couldn't get the ball away, so Tuchel just said play a low block and counterattack. Who are they going to counterattack with, though? Saka wasn't in the game, was he? They're going to counterattack with Harry Kane? I don't know. That was wild. And 39 years old at that. Yes, absolutely 39 years old. I had a super chat here. Shout out to Thuck. Disrespect MLS. The MLS MVP just sent England home. Absolutely. You got sent home by 2 MLS players. The English Premier League All-Star team got sent home by 2 MLS players. Who saw that coming? I did. Spain has only allowed 1 goal in all matches in this World Cup. It's only been 1? No, I know the defense is stout. No, absolutely. I have no doubt. But they've been so boring to watch. Spain has by far and away been the most boring team to watch. It's been absolutely brutal. So it's been a tough watch with them. Thank you for supporting us. For sure. Look, I'm all for the Americas. I'll give you 1 second here. I'm sorry. Chris just asked me for something, so I'm just giving it to him real quick. Let's see. It was never a debate. No, the GOAT discussion was never a debate. Super Ballon d'Or also. Yes, absolutely. Messi's the first MLS player in the final of the World Cup, along with DePaul. The 2022 World Cup ended the debate. The 2026 World Cup made us realize how silly the debate was. That's a great way to put it. Although I've been saying it. And look, and everybody on here knows that when I watch international football, at least European, I support Real Madrid. Everybody knows that. But if you would have talked to me 10 years ago, I was like, Messi's the greatest. Like, why is this a debate? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. It's like debating LeBron versus Kobe. I get it. Kobe is great. LeBron is like on another level though, because LeBron does it all. Kobe was a great scorer, and I don't know why I'm talking basketball. I just switched over. But like LeBron is on another level. Um, same thing with Messi. Messi does it all. Yes, Ronaldo obviously winning five Ballon d'Or says that he's great also, but you can't compare him to Messi. Come on now, like it's silly. It's always been silly. Messi is incredible. Shout out to Richard Greenberg. Absolutely amazing. Is Messi wins the World Cup, he wins the Ballon d'Or. Yes, I'm with you now. Right? I said it a bunch of times. He needs to win the Champions Cup. Forget that now. Forget that. He won the MVP. He won the MLS Championship. He won the World Cup, and he was by far and away. Like it's not even close. It's not close. No, it's nowhere near close. By far and away, the best player in this year's World Cup. Yes, absolutely. Best player in the world, Ballon d'Or still. Shout out to Jonathan Peralta. Messi, 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 Messi. Spain is incredible right now, though. Vamos Argentina. Yeah, the defense for Spain is it's outrageous. Scaloni is in an interview said that he doesn't teach Messi to go out wide. Messi just does it. He has freedom roam. Absolutely. And why would you tell Messi what to do? Like he knows what he has to do. He saw the space out wide and he took it and he dominated it. He dominated with it. So absolutely. And then I got a super slam here. Shout out to baby Erico. 20 years figuring out how to stop Messi is crazy. And they still haven't figured it out. CR7 will play in the 2030 World Cup. He has to. No way. He already announced that he's not going to do it. 2030 is crazy. Look how bad he looked in this one. How do you think he's going to look in 4 years? Messi has won the Golden Boot, which is determined at the end of every semifinal round, not to be confused with the Golden Boot top scorer. Oh, yeah, thank you. I wasn't aware of that. Oh, what's going on with the
I just popped up, and thankfully, I have a working computer now. Finally, no skipping or anything like that. Everything is so far working normal. So,
well, I was just slurping up Messi for half an hour.
Well, have you spoken about this guy, I Show Speed? Have you spoken about him?
A little bit. I said that he's important. He's really crucial to football right now in this country because he garners so much attention. Like, it's wild how much attention he gets. Like, he has like a legit like hundreds of thousands of people watching him watch the game. So that brings attention, which is good.
I want to mention something here because he has a video out where he's like basically pleading for Spain and Yamin Lamal to destroy Argentina and Messi, because at this point, if Messi and Argentina win the World Cup again, he has no argument. In no way, shape, or form. He's done.
The argument's already over. He just made it to his third World Cup final.
I just don't understand like how these people that love Ronaldo keep making this like a thing. Like, you guys have to understand, like, there's levels to this shit, and Messi is like above and beyond. So,
well, and that's what I'm saying, and I know people hate that I support Real Madrid, and I'll give you a quick explanation as to why. The first in-person game I ever watched of club football, because I always watched the international, was Real Madrid versus Chelsea, and because I watched it. And I fell in love because I never watched club football too much. Like I just used to follow international. I was like, wow, this is awesome. I fell in love with watching club football that day, that night. And Real Madrid was the team that I watched. So I started following them. And that's kind of how it happened. It wasn't because I fell in love with a specific player or anything. But the more I watched, like I was like, how can anybody compare Messi and Ronaldo? Like, this is asinine. Messi is and right before you got on, I don't know if you heard me say it, but I gave the example of Kobe and LeBron. More or less the same era, but Everybody loves Kobe, but you can't say that he's better than LeBron. Kobe's a great scorer. LeBron is a great everything.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's like the best analogy I can give as far as basketball goes, because like what LeBron does is more than what Kobe used to give you, even though Kobe was a killer. And Ronaldo's won 5 Ballon d'Ors. Yeah, nobody's saying that he sucks. He's one of the greats, but he's nowhere near Messi. Come on.
Well, but that's I think that's the thing that I kind of want to clarify here is the fact that you have people who are still like, it's not just I show speed. He's the leader of the pack, but there's so many people that are legitimately going to die on the Ronaldo mountain.
No, I think people are turning over. Messi's forcing them to.
Well, yeah, because they got no other choice.
Tournament. No,
yeah,
that's it. He killed it.
They have no other choice. And so at this point, like everybody's just got to hop on the bandwagon. Like Messi is the GOAT, and that's that. Like you're either watching because you know he's the GOAT, or you're hate watching, and at some point you're going to be like, this guy's the GOAT.
David P. Major said he should be the greatest athlete of all time. I agree because who's up there? Because we're talking about like the top of the top.
I mean,
we're talking Muhammad Ali.
Well, yeah, Muhammad Ali, Jordan.
Usain
Bolt. Nobody in American football.
Michael
Phelps.
Put
anybody in American football.
No, not in American football. Michael Phelps, Usain Bolt. I'm sure that there's a great cricket player out there that I've never heard of, but I'm sure that there's one out there.
No, we're talking about the greatest athlete, Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods is one. Serena Williams.
Is he a golf player? You would put a golf player?
Look,
I
get what you're saying, because I never considered golf like a sport, but I know it is considered a sport. Yeah. Well, the reason I would put Messi up there is because we're talking about a sport that is played worldwide.
Yeah.
Like everywhere. That is the number one sport. Nobody can debate that. That's been around for almost 2 centuries.
Ooh,
and this 5'8" Argentine is now hands down everybody, just about everybody saying you're the greatest to ever do it. You're the greatest to ever do it in a sport that's been around for almost 2 centuries and is played and is the number one sport in the entire globe. And everybody looks at this one individual as the greatest of all time. Yeah, I think that you should be considered the greatest athlete of all time. Absolutely.
You know, guys, I want you to lock in real quick. Like, do you guys understand? You're watching alive right now the greatest player to play this sport.
Yeah, man.
Like that alone is just a blessing. And it's not even a blessing in disguise. That is a thing that you're witnessing right now. That is amazing.
I don't think anything like this is ever going to happen again, because winning a possibly 9 Ballon d'Ors, I can't imagine anything like that happening again. Somebody playing to this level in the World Cup at the age of 39. Like, look, I wouldn't put Tom Brady. Michael Jordan. He played with the Wizards. I think it was like 39, 40 also, right? The age that Messi is right now. Didn't make the playoffs. And if he would have made the Olympic team, I mean, it's so difficult though, because the world has gotten better at basketball over the last 10 or 15 years.
Oh, yeah.
Like back in like 99, he still might have made a difference. But the level that Messi's doing, leading his team, not only domestically, but internationally to a final, man. Like, it's just crazy. It's just crazy.
You know who I would put up there, Carlos? For those of you that really dig deep into basketball, Carlos Arroyo. I'm putting him as a goal for single-handedly carrying Puerto Rico to beat U.S.
That was one game, though.
Yeah, but he did it. He did it. He carried him. He carried him.
Then go find the guy that scored in the 2022 Saudi Arabia beat Argentina in the World Cup game, in the first game.
No, but
whoever it was that scored that goal to go too, if that's what we're going by.
Basketball, Carlos Arroyo carried. Sorry to throw the orange ball in here, guys.
So mad random, which was pretty impressive though. Carlos Arroyo, FIU graduate.
Are you kidding me?
Still kind of random.
Little guy. He's also like 5'8".
And one thing that I did talk about before we get out of here, one thing I did talk about that you weren't a part of.
Nah, I'm not a fan of Ginobili.
Rodrigo De Paul did not start yesterday, and that worried me because I thought, oh no,
He came off the bench.
Yeah, they lost faith in him, like he's not playing well. But when he came in, he was a difference maker. Now, I did want to preface it, right, because it doesn't, because we talk about Inter Miami, and when he comes back, I'm hoping that he gets back into form because the last couple of games have been pretty poor. And then yesterday he looked good, but that's because England at that point was just defending. So Rodrigo De Paul had all the time in the world to pick out passes, which he did. You got to give him credit for doing what he did correctly. But it's still worrisome that he has been playing poorly, but he did have a decent game yesterday. But I'm curious, do you think he starts in the final? I'm curious what the chat thinks, because the way England plays, Spain is the top defensive team in this tournament. And I don't know if Rodrigo De Paul, the way he's been playing, is somebody that we need out there.
Baby Erico saying Chris having a new computer feels like Argentina winning the world. Hell yeah. I mean, this is the biggest win I've had so far. But wasn't RDP like starting some games and then not starting some games? Like there were times
all the games that I watched, he was starting. I like I said, I watched the last 3 full Argentina matches. Before that, I just bits and pieces because I've been like out of town so much.
I mean, I do think that him coming off the bench is good. And I don't know if I'm wrong for saying this, and maybe I don't know enough, and maybe those of you that watch Argentina better know better, but Lautaro Martinez is a motherfucking cheat code off the bench. Like, Lautaro Martinez has been coming off the bench every game, and every game that he comes off the bench, he kills it. Like, that is the ultimate cheat code that Argentina has had throughout the entire World Cup. Lautaro Martinez on the bench. What?
Yeah, no. He's a killer. I remember he's the one that scored the game winner when he came on as a sub against Colombia in the Copa America in 2024. Like, he's like that's like, everybody talks about France's depth, and again, France does have the best depth in the world. But as forwards go, Argentina bringing on Lautaro as a sub, that's wild.
One where one goes saying it, the subs are world class. Look, this turned into an Argentina World Cup episode.
Well, and you know what? Now that you bring that up, real quick, we haven't really covered Argentina specifically and Messi specifically during the World Cup. And again, we haven't really done too many Battered Herons shows because we've both been out of town so much. But on Sunday, we're gonna do a post game because that's it. That signals the end of the World Cup. We get to either celebrate Messi or talk about, hey, how long is Messi going to be out? Is he going to, if they lose, is he going to be disappointed? Is he going to take a month off? So we'll be talking about that. So we're going to watch the game, and then we're going to come on for a post game of the World Cup final on here, and then start getting ready for the comeback, right? Because MLS comes back tonight. So shout out to anybody that watches our Battered Soccer Fan show, because we're going to be talking about MLS coming back tonight. So make sure that you tune in for that. And we're ready, man. I'm ready. It sucks that the World Cup is over, because essentially it is over at this point. It ends on Sunday. But it's going to be fun watching our two Herons, playing in the World Cup final. Hopefully he wins it. And basically this episode was to talk about Messi and the Ballon d'Or, because I think that there's a chance, especially if he wins on Sunday.
Yeah.
There's a chance that he wins another Ballon d'Or, which is huge for MLS and MLS for Miami. Oof. So make sure that, one, you tune in for Sundays. We're going to do a post game of the World Cup final. Batterfans.com. We've been working on it. You can catch your Messi, Inter Miami, and we got a couple Argentina shirts out there for all your stuff. If you're a Miami Heat fan, Battered Heat fans, and also on Batterfans.com, we got a couple of Giannis shirts up there. So make sure you check that out. And that's it, man. We'll be back on Sunday for the post game. Chris, any final words? And I love that you have a new computer. Are you going to be free to do a quick MLS's back show?
Yeah. I'll be up
all right.
For it. I'm down.
So make sure that you check in a couple minutes. We'll be on Battered Soccer Fans, that channel. Make sure that you join us, because we're going to be talking about tonight how the games come back and a couple transfers for those of you that haven't been keeping up with the league. A couple transfers that, if you haven't noticed, might be surprising. Players coming in and players leaving. So,
Robbie Taylor.
final words, Chris?
Robbie Taylor.
3 lines being chased by tree. No, I did not. Super duper Ballon d'Or for Messi. Yes, 2029. Super Ballon d'Or. And shout out to One World, One Goal. All right. So, again, make sure you jump on with us if you want to keep talking football. We'll be talking MLS in general on Battered Soccer Fans. And that's it. Make sure you check out Battered Fans. If you're listening on audio, please leave us 5 stars and a comment. If you're watching on YouTube, like and subscribe if you haven't already. Again, with the season coming back, starts again next Wednesday. We'll be on here 4 or 5 times a week talking Inter Miami, Messi, and all that other good stuff. So make sure that you join us and subscribe because, like you said, we're here all the time. We're talking all things Inter Miami. So until the next one, have a good one.